Star. Draws. Stuff. I spit all over my phone screen.
Welcome back to part 2 of my devlog on making my video game. If you haven't seen the first part, I will link it in the description, and I highly recommend you check it out. Since it's been a little bit, here's basically what the game is. You are a chef in a restaurant, and you're tasked to assassinate one person each day. To find this person, you have a list of traits that you need to identify in them, and then poison them by sneaking a secret sauce on their food. I'm recording this dialogue at like 10:51 this morning, so if this doesn't get out at 3:30, that's why. I really procrastinated on this. I am shooting for the 3:30 release, and if it doesn't, sorry. Now let's go into the kitchen. I recently did some art for it, so I think it's time for a change of scenery. Much better. Now it's time to actually do the main gimmick of the game. You may have noticed this little list on the side of the screen, and this is what that's for. You're gonna have a list of traits presented to you that your target has, from their shirt color to their hair length. To keep this from being too simple, I'm gonna remove one of them at random, so you only have 4 to go off of instead of the 5 identifiable traits. This will also keep the game from feeling repetitive. How will I do this, you ask? Each value that a person has that makes them unique is a range from 0 to 1. And based on that, I can find a value in a list based on their value. Like, for example, if I have a list of a bunch of different colors, and from 0 to 1 I have a value of 0.3, I'll just multiply that by the length of the list, and then find that value in the list. Using this, I can write out their defining features, such as their shirt color or eye color. I made it so the person would automatically have these traits for testing, and here's how it would look if you were trying to identify who it was. Now it's time to make it so there's actually multiple customers. At the beginning of each day of you cooking, a random value will be picked from 0 to however many customers there's going to be that day, with the number increasing each day. Will be which customer is the one that you're supposed to assassinate. Every other customer will have other traits randomly generated. I made it so after storing the values of how well you cooked the burger, they would leave, and then spawn in a new customer. But I made it check if they're the last customer, and if they're the last customer, they don't spawn in a new customer and do something different I will elaborate on later. Now this is the part that took the longest to code out of anything, and I'm not even sure why. The scoring system. Basically, the condiments on the burger and the condiments the customer requests are stored on a list, with each being a value from 1 to 5, each representing their condiment. When the customer receives their burger, they'll do this very simple check to see if you made their burger correctly. They'll go down the list of values from 1 to 4, I'll explain why it's not 5 in a minute, and check to see if their list has that and yours has that. If both the burger and their requested burger have one of those condiments, then it's set as a 1 in the calculating of how well you did, which is good. Now if they both don't have it, then it's also set as a 1. The only time it would be set as a 0 if one has it and one doesn't. The reason it's not 1 to 5 and it's just 1 to 4 is because of the secret poison condiment, and no customer is going to actually request that. The customer calculates how well you did using a mean of all the values in the scoring list, ranging from happy to sad to neutral depending on how well you did. They also use how well you cooked the burger to assess how you did. Now, as I was doing all the testing, I realized that a feature was lacking. When you cooked the patties, it was really difficult to tell if you got it done correctly or not. I added this little dial that'll pop up right above the patties, and as it cooks, it slowly gets closer to the green, and if you're in the green, that's the best you can cook it. I also made it a little less harsh by rounding your scores to the nearest 20th. Now it's time for the final bit, the screen that'll show up at the end of the day and tell you how you did. This is just a simple screen with a scrolling background that tells you if you hit your target, how many people you poisoned, how well you grilled most of the burgers, and how you did overall. These overall scores will be averaged out with all of your scores from the day. This is what the final person will call for later. They'll call for a screen transition to go to that final room, instead of just flipping to it, which wouldn't look very good. This is gonna sound kind of stupid, but one of my biggest inspirations for this game was the FNAF fan game Five Nights at Fredbear's 3, because I want this to function similarly to that and have an actual day system that you progress through. Yes, I know that all FNAF games have that. I've just been playing through a lot of Fredbears recently. This video wasn't very long, but I think that's just because there wasn't much to explain on the technical side of things, as opposed to the first video where there was a lot. Sorry if this video was a shorter one, but my plan for the next video is to include an actual day system and an actual penalty for if you choose the wrong person. I'm also probably going to add other things, but those are the only ones I can think of right now. In case you can't tell, I'm doing this on the fly. I don't even have a script. I just look over the footage and say, you know what, that's what I should say there. But I've basically got down the core gameplay loop for the game, which is great. And hey, if you've made it this far in the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps me know that you enjoy these videos. And maybe share it with a friend. I would hope to get a lot of views on this video because I put in so much time on it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love all of you so much, and I love how many people enjoy my videos. It makes me so happy. I'll see you guys next time.